What's good, everybody? It's your boy UncleSamsReject here, and welcome back to the channel. We're back with the Oakland A's dynasty here on MLB The Show 21. Now, here we are, June 11th, where we last left off last episode, and we're getting ready for no other than Colin Ganley's MLB/season debut here with the squad. We're in the middle of a series with the Astros. Series is tied 1-1. We're slightly behind them, about a game and a half in the division, excuse me. So this game has a lot of implications to it, even though we're early on in the season. Now, taking a look at Ganley, you know, he was our prized possession after the spring, but then he got hurt in the last few games. He's been going ever since. 82 stamina, 68 hits per nine, 60 K per nine. 60 walks per nine, 51 home runs per nine. Clutch isn't that high, control isn't that high, velo's kind of low, and break is decent. You know, but he's only 23 years old, already a 74 overall, and an A potential. Now, he throws a four-seam, a curveball, a cutter, and a changeup. He was projected to be about our fourth starter, but, you know, he got hurt. We had to sign some guys. Then our ace is hurt right now, Chris Bassett. So, you know, we're down a few arms, but him coming in, holding down the back end of this rotation is definitely, you know, something that we need. Speaking of Chris Bassett, he's still going to be injured for another month or so. Alec Amon's gone for another 2.5 to 3 weeks. And the Berea's still gone for 1.5 to 2 weeks. Now, with this being Ganley's debut, we're going to go ahead and player lock on him. We're only going to be focusing on pitching. We're going up against Forrest Whitley, top prospect in the Astros, organization. He's 0-1 this season with a 10.38 ERA. Take a look at their lineup. They got Altuve, Straw, Alvarez, Bregman, Tucker, Sano, Correa, Walsh, and Lee. So they picked up Jarrett Walsh in I forgot the name already, but they picked up two big bats in the offseason, man. Sano and Walsh. Those are two big power bats for sure. Remember at the end of last season, you know, we were able to beat the Astros. You see right here, Ganley making his major league debut. And we are ready to see what the kid has. You know, everybody's been raving about him, waiting for him to come out here. You know what I'm saying? 2022 pitcher stats, he has none because he didn't pitch in AAA or the minors this year. He was slated to be with the big league club from, you know, the beginning. And you see here, this game's on MLB Network. So he's a highly touted prospect throughout the minor leagues. But his counterpart, we already said, Forrest Whitley, 0-1, 10.38 ERA. Whip a 2.31 in 2 starts. So, you know, he's been getting hit around a little bit. So hopefully we can get some good run support here from our squad. All right, boys, here's Jose Altuve, 8th in the All-Star voting for the second baseman. First pitch of his major league career is underway, and it's going to be a ball. Look at, you know, the one game we pitched in the spring, if you guys remember that episode, we pitched really well with Ganley as he gets squeezed there with a curveball. Not sure where that missed at. Was going after a dangerous hitter here in Altuve. He leaves that one down the middle, and he's going to rip that one down the left field line, and that's going to be a leadoff single for Altuve. For your second batter, boom. Possible double play. Chapman unable to get to. Why would he do that? Get the out at one, Chappie. Let's go, baby. I know Straw runs well, but man. All right, so that's going to bring up the ever-dangerous Yordan Alvarez. Got to be careful here. We get another ground ball. Poison's going to take to the cell, fires over to first. We got 2 dead, boys. Let's go. That's what you need. That's what we love to see, man. There's Alex Bregman, second and third base voting in the All-Star. 332, 14 home runs, 35 RBIs, 1074 OPS. There we go. He's got a danger here, baby. Good pitch. Now, these pitches that Ganley is throwing, they have Giddy up to him and a little bit of late movement there. That one gets in on Bregman's hands, jams him. Poisson fields, fires, got him. And just like that, you know, a little bit of trouble. A little bit of, you know what I mean? But, you know, we worked out of it. That's what you love to see from the young man. All right, guys. So, our offense goes ahead and puts up a 3 spot in the top of the second inning. All right. See if we can get him to chase here on the payoff pitch. And he spits on the curveball. Now here's Miguel Sano, another really, really dangerous bat. Come on, Ganley. We need you, baby. Good pitch. That a boy. Working the knees. Good pitch. You nervous, man, because you know one mistake. Miguel Sano can put runs on the board, but instead we get him out in front of the curveball. Finally, we get his first major league strikeout of his career, baby. Coming back up in this kitchen here, boys. There it is. See ya. The Correa is down on strikes. Now here's Jarrett Walsh. They got a lot of power bats in the middle of this lineup, dog. It's scary. There we go. A ground ball to short. Baez to Poisson, and we're out of the inning, and they strand another, baby. Let's go. Exactly what we wanted to see. It's exactly why I held this to be, you know, in an episode of its own, to lead off the episode instead of being towards the end of one, because this is an important start, you know, for an important piece to our future here in this organization, boys. Good pitch. Yes, sir. See ya. Straw down on strikeouts. Strikeout number 3 of the game, and Ganley is in the zone. So far, man, this 3-run lead, it seems to be enough. Here we are, top 4. Yordan Alvarez leading off the Astros. He rips that one to the right side. It's knocked down by Olsen. Ganley showing off his wheels, showing off his PFPs. And we got one dead there, baby. Let's go. Way to be heads up. Way to think by the youngster. Good play and good effort by Olsen. Ganley is not doing anything wrong here today. Good pitch. And we got him up. Popped him up. Murphy there to make the play. Calls everybody off. We got 2. Let's go. Good pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Right into the shift. Javi Baez fields. Fires. Got him. Let's go. Good pitch. All right. Ganley racing over and tagging Sano himself, baby. Let's go. You're going to chase this cutter now. Here we go, baby. Make a good pitch. There it is. All right, we're going to roll over. Chapman is there making the play. Let's go. Do that. All right, boys. Here's the payoff pitch. We'll change up low. We left that over the middle of the plate. It's pulled foul. All right, we'll go with the off speed, see if we can get him out in front. Little curveball. Ah, that one is beaten the other way. Frazier unable to get there to make the play. Cut her in. Caught too much plate. Poisson there to make the play, baby. And we strand another runner. You love to see it. Round of applause for Ganley here in his debut. All right, here we go. Bottom 7. Still the same score, boys. Ganley is looking good, and that one is going to beat the shift for a young boy, for a youngin. Ganley is certainly not afraid to work off that fastball. You see a lot of younger pitchers these days afraid to work with their fastball. Bro, he really trusts his arm, his velocity, and his pitches. Now he's one. Murphy's telling us to come right back up top with a fastball. Here we get Sano to chase it up the ladder, and he's going to be down on strikes. Product of, you know, courtesy of yours truly. Good pitch here, and that one is popped up. Matt Olson under it. Loving what I'm seeing out of Ganley though. Y'all rate his performance down below in the comment section. I need a rating from 1 to 10. What do you rate this debut in this you know, in this performance here for Colin Ganley in his first ever start in the MLB? All right, boys. Bottom 8, still 3-0 here. Ganley still, you know, I think he's got a long leash. Looking good, and we're getting squeezed, man. Come on, Ganley, right at him, baby. Don't even play with him. Don't even play with him. Good pitch. All right, we're going off speed low. Haven't been able to get anybody to chase those all day. Let's go cutter lowering at the knees. Lowering in. Good pitch. Ground ball. Poisson there to make the play. Makes it look easy. One dead, boys. Let's get it. Take a look at our bullpen guys. Robert Osuna and Jake Diekman are both ready just in case Colin Ganley, you know, this start takes a turn for the worst. They're just ready and waiting. There it is. We pop them up. The pitch. A little flare out to right center, and it's going to get down. That's been most of our base hits, but he actually tried to run a Ramon Laureano. Gets thrown out at second, trying to stretch that into 2. And we do get one more insurance run as Ganley, you know, is allowed to come back out here in the 9th inning in his debut. You know, he made a few, you know, rehab starts and pitch some simulated games and everything like that. But, you know, get ready for this start as he works way ahead here on Alvarez. 0-2. Oh, yes, he did. Good pitch. We get Alvarez on strikes once again. All right, good pitch to Bregman. That's a beautiful pitch. See ya. Ooh. We beat him on that pitch, and somehow he gets that down. And he's going to get a single out of that. That sucks, bro. And Skip is going to go to the pin and call, and we are unable to get the complete game. We go 8 1/3, and that's going to do it for Ganley here in his major league debut, boys. What a start. He has nothing to hang his head on, and that's going to bring in Adam Kolarek. You know, hey, y'all, let's hear it. Let's hear it for Colin Ganley. All right, boys, so we're going to end up winning this game 4-2. You know, the shutout was given up by Kolarek, but we were able to still come out here and get that dub, boys. Colin Ganley in his debut is going to be able to pick up the win 1-0. You see it right there. Whitley gets his second loss of the season in 3 starts. Loving what I've seen out of our guy, man. So you see your player of the game is going to be Colin Ganley, 8 in the third. Gave up 7 hits, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 earned. So that one of those runners was his that, Colorado gave up the home run on, which sucks because his job is to make sure that run doesn't get charged to him, but it is what it is. Matt Olson 1 for 3 with a home run, 2 ribbies. Javi Baez 2 for 3 with a double. Clint Frazier 2 for 4. Steven Piscotty 1 for 4 with an RBI. All right, boys. So Ash Hughes, one of our top pitching prospects, sprained an elbow ligament. Roberto Osuna was hit in the head with a baseball, going with a concussion. The rest of these guys have been here. All right, guys. So as we approach the All-Star break, as we approach the end of June, we come over here and take a look at the trade block. And the Yankees are shopping DJ LeMahieu, which I don't think they would do IRL. You know what I mean? But I just want to see who they would want from us. They would take AJ Jones or Jake Diekman, Steven Piscotty and AJ Jones, or Colin Ganley and Trevor Rosenthal. We already know Ganley is not going anywhere, right? And it makes our budget go from 17 to 9.64. And, we're definitely trying to, keep some money around here, even though DJ is having a great season this year. And I feel like we are a few players away from competing, because if you come over to our second baseman, you know what I'm saying? Well, Poussin is playing second base for us. He's hitting 211, only getting on base 25% of the time, only slugging 300. And if you come over here to Kemp and Andrews, they're definitely not getting the job done either. It's just night and day for Andrews from last year. We just called Tony Kemp back up for, from AAA. But what we're really going to focus in on, boys, we want to try to beef up our pitching. Chris Bassett is hurt. I feel like we need a few more arms. So we're going to go ahead and court Marcus Stroman. So they would take Jake Diekman for Marcus Stroman, or AJ Jones, or Zion Carter, or Shane Green, or Lazaro Armenteros. Or they can take Buddy Reed, Vince Sosa, and Cole Irving. And I think this one is probably going to be the move right here. He's 30 years old, but he's a 79 overall. He will automatically be one of the better pitchers on our staff. And I think Stroman, has pitched in big enough moments to come out here and get the job done. And then there's another arm we're going to go after who's on the block. Sandy Alcantara, 26 years old, 6'5", 200-pound righty. Throws gas, throws a sinker, a four-seam, a slider, a changeup, and a curveball. This year, he's 6-3, 4.24 ERA. I guess, the Marlins just don't have him in their future plans. So we're going to go ahead and, see what we can do for that. So we have 3 options: Jake Diekman and Steven Piscotty, Jake Diekman and AJ Jones, or Steven Piscotty and AJ Jones. If we had to do something, Steven Piscotty, I kind of would be more prone to get rid of. But, Jake Diekman is having a bounce-back season this year. He's having a hell of a year for us out of the pen, but I think there's other people in our bullpen who could do exactly what he does. And, Piscotty's on fire right now, but I think this is the highest, his trade value is going to be. He's going to be a free agent next year. I don't see us re-signing him. So, just for beefing up that, that bullpen, or that pitcher rotation, I'm cool. I'm here for it. Now, what they were asking for was a little bit much, in my opinion. So instead, we give them Steven Piscotty, Ray Bolden, and one of our prospects, Greg Diekman. So with that, things are going to be a little bit crowded. So we're going to take the, the veteran Zach Greinke, and we're just going to go straight up. Well, we'll just straight up designate him for assignment. I don't see us, really using him or him helping us in the minor leagues at all. And this is a look at our new look rotation: Jesus Luzardo, Frankie Montes, Marcus Stroman, Sandy Alcantara. Colin Ganley is 2-0 in the 22 and the third innings he's pitched. Sean Manaea finds himself in the bullpen as a long reliever, 4.5, 3.51 ERA. Probably not the worst, you know what I mean? But we're going to try some things out. He might even get some spot starts here and there. So now with Steven Piscotty leaving, boys, we went ahead and called up the future of this organization, Kyler Woodward. Now, just in one season, this kid has already made it up to the MLB. And with that, we had a little bit too many people in the bullpen. So, one of the pitchers we bought back this year, Yusmeiro Petit. We actually sent him back down to the AAA, not the AAA, to AAA, you know what I mean, just to create a roster spot for our guy Woodward. Now, with Woodward being called up, he's going to be thrown right into a starting role. He will be our new starting right fielder, even though he doesn't quite have the arm to be a right fielder. You know what? We'll actually switch him to left. You know what I mean? And we'll put Clint Frazier in right field because we think he can hold that down. You know what I mean? He's going to be a good fielder. You know what I mean? We'll hide his arm a little bit out and left. He's going to be our leadoff guy, man. So it's now, you know, versus righties, it's going to be him, Poisson, Chapman, Olsen, Cruz, Laureano, Frazier, Baez, Murphy. And then versus lefties, we're going to have him leading off still with Poisson, Chapman, Olsen, Laureano, Baez, Cruz, Frazier, and Murphy. No. All right, boys. So some unfortunate news. Colin Ganley was optioned down to AAA since Chris Bassett was back. You know, Ganley was going to make the rotation in the beginning of the year, but since we decided to beef up the rotation here recently with the trade deadline, he's got sent down to AAA. I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest. But, you know, on paper, he's just not as good as the other guys. He was 2-0 in 24 innings pitched, you know, with a 2.63 ERA. You know what I'm saying? So far, he hasn't pitched yet. AAA, this is his first option. But definitely, you know what I mean, expect him to be back up with the big league club soon. But, you know, now we have a pretty official, you know what I mean, rotation. But Bass has been injured so long. He's only got 38 and 2/3 innings pitched. You know, Alcantara is still, you know, decent. So we're going to see how this goes. All right, guys, we got a big trade. Ketel Marte is heading to Boston from Arizona for Thomas Dale and Andres Pedra. And more bad news, Sean Murphy sustained an injury. He's fractured his shin in today's game. It appears he's going to be out for 2 to 3 months. Now here we are at the All-Star break, guys. We are 5.5 games back out of first place. You know, so it's went from a three-head monster race, so, you know, to just a 2-head monster race between the Angels and the Astros. They're fairly close at 1.5, but, you know what I mean, we are quite a few games over 500. If the wild card was to start today, it would be us versus the Astros in the play-in game. Matt Chapman, you know, just continues to struggle, boys, and this is part of the reason why I did not want to give him that $30 million a year. I just didn't think he had what it took to, you know, have big time, you know, superstar numbers for somebody to be the franchise player of your organization. Javi Baez continues to have an amazing season, hitting .311, 22 home runs at the break, 57 RBIs, 9 stolen bases. Clint Frazier hitting .294. Kyler Woodward in his 58 at-bats is hitting .293, so you love to see that from the young man. .273 for Nelson Cruz with 23 home runs. Matt Olson, .268 with 15 bombs. Chapman, you know, not really wanted to be. And Laureano still more of the same as well. Nelson Cruz is leading us in runs scored. He's leading us in hits. Javi Baez and Matt Chapman are tied for 87. You know, as expected, Nelson Cruz is leading the team in home runs. Javi Baez is right behind him with 1 less. Clint Frazier has 18, 15 for Olsen, 13 for Laureano, and Matt Chapman is the last one with double digits. Cruz leads us in RBIs. Javi leads us in stolen bases. Best on base percentage goes to Javi Baez. Javi Baez is slugging the best. Javi Baez has the best OPS. Chapman has worked the most walks, but Chapman is also second in the team in strikeouts. Clint Frazier has the most doubles, 4 triples for Poisson. And take a look at our pitchers here. Sandy Alcantara, it says he's a little cold right now, but, you know, 7-5 on the year, 7-1 for Shane Green out of the pen. Our wins leader, yeah, those are our wins leader. Manaea is also have 7 wins, but he's 7-6. Person leading us in strikeouts is Jesus Luzardo with 93. Best ERA goes to Shane Green out of the pen. Best starting pitcher ERA is Frankie Montes with the only starting pitcher with an ERA under 3. Best whip goes to Adam Kolarek, but, you know, that just kind of comes, you know, with you know, the little bit of innings pitched. But Manaea, you know, is almost at, you know, at 1 even with 124 innings pitched this year. So real quick, take a look at the American League leaders. Alex Bregman leads everybody in batting averages. Javi's number 4. Hits is going to be the David Fletcher. At bats, Fletcher. Doubles goes to Kyle Isbell. Triples goes to Connor Falefa. Home runs is Gleyber Torres. You know, you see Nelson Cruz is right there in the mix. RBIs goes to Gleyber Torres. Runs goes to Alex Bregman. Stolen bases, Birdie. Bregman gets the base on balls. On base percentage goes to Bregman. Slugging to Bregman. OPS to Bregman. He's having an MVP type season. Bieber leads the AL and wins with 12. Saves goes to Presley with 30. Osuna is up there with 22, but he was hurt for a couple weeks. Best ERA goes to Cesar Valdez with a 1.84 as a closer. Shane Bieber has the most shutouts with 2. Shane Bieber also leads everybody in strikeouts. Shane Bieber has the most complete games, and Shane Bieber also has the most innings pitched, as well as an amazing whip under 1 at .85. So yeah, boys, we are around where I expect this to be. I never expect this to be under the Rangers or the Mariners. We're just not that bad of a team. We're above 500 right now. We just got to find ways to squeeze out wins. And, you know, I think our pitching is the key to that. But I also feel like we have a lot of underperforming bats. And that's definitely just something we got to try to get better with. But once again, like I said in the beginning, I didn't expect us to, you know, be a super duper competing team in the first 2-3 years. You know, we're going to have to be, we got a lot of building blocks we got to build on to make this team super competitive while keeping it, you know, somewhat realistic. I'm not trying to be super ultra realistic, but I'm definitely not trying to be anywhere near ultra fantasy. But we're going to figure it out, and we're going to take care of this All-Star Week next episode, and I'm definitely excited for that. So if you guys are as well, stop and smash that like button. Hit me up in the comment section below. Subscribe if you are new. It's your boy Uncle Sam's Reject, RKGames.com. I'm out of here. Peace.
Really trapped, so I had money way before the deal. Always Gucci down, they wonder how I could afford it still. Man, no out in bucks, he got a L, he waiting on a bill. Stack it to the max, I really stashed away $250,000. Clumsy with them traps, I'm running down. If you leave them near, when they gotta play, they come.